Well, hello, guys. I told you that I was going to do life with you here and just to show you a glimpse of what I do on a daily basis. It is my love story with Yeshua. You guys know many of you call him Jesus, but his name is Yeshua. That is his name, Yeshua HaMashiach. He is the anointed one, the one who was and is to come. And I've been on this path with him for many years. I've been a believer for many years, but not a believer. It wasn't until I had my own experience, my own encounter with him that I really believe. Most of us believe because our parents tell us to or because society tell us to. And that's fine. We believe because we're told that, and repetition is good for learning. But when I really became a believer, it was when I had an encounter with him in the 90s for myself. For myself. Nobody told me, nobody encouraged me, nobody persuaded me, nobody suggested. It was an encounter with the Holy Spirit for myself. And so I want to share that here with you guys here on TikTok because it is truly a love story. Now, many people say, how can you have a love story with something you cannot see? Well, you may not can't visually see him like tangibly, but you can see him and you can know him and you can feel him because he lives in you and breathes for you and breathes as you. There's so much I want to share with you guys here about my lifestyle with Yeshua. Now, granted, you may not believe it, but just go along for the ride and watch. Even if you're using it for like just encouragement or just something entertaining to watch, you can do that. I don't care because it's my love story with him and I enjoy it and I'm just enamored by it and I'm overwhelmed about it. So today, I was reading, and you know, guys, I love my Bible, and I read it continually. And I don't always do what it says in there, which none of us do. We should. I'm not saying that. Okay, um, we don't because life gets in the way and things happen, and it just gets in the way. But we should do it. But nevertheless, I'm in it. I'm reading it. I'm trying to get instruction for my life on a daily basis. So this morning, I went back to some passages that I wanted to read over, and it was about Jacob and Esau. And the Most High was saying, Jacob I love, but Esau I hated. And I was like, God, you're like impossible to hate someone. Why would you even say that? And I've asked that question for many years, like, why did you hate Esau? And he's given me revelation through the years. But I realized that he hated Esau because Esau hated his life. He hated the life that Yah had gave him. He hated everything about it. He hated the way he had to live. He just did everything opposite than what the promise said. And so a lot of times we do things opposite than what the promise says. And so I want us to get back on track and ask ourselves, first of all, what was the first thing that Papa promised you? Let's get on that. Today, for me, you see me here in my green pretty fatigues. I say pretty fatigues. I'm from military country. I'm from Fort Campbell, Kentucky area. So I think sometimes, a lot of time, military because that's what I was born and raised around. So today is Tuesday. And even though you heard me say I get in the word every day, but on Tuesday I have Let's War Tuesday. This is me personally. No one else. It's just me personally. I have War Tuesday. And what do I mean by that? I come in here at the office where I office from. There's like little pods and they're private. And it's like, yeah, like it's very small. This is my war room for Tuesdays. It is my war room where I war on behalf of my clients. Um, and my clients could be anyone from someone I'm helping to publish their book. And when I mean publish it, setting up the PR, the marketing, the branding portion of all of that, the talk shows, my own book, my own classes that I teach and classes that I take, and my clients and customers and friends and family. I'm warring on behalf of them. I'm praying. I'm seeking the Most High in direction for my consulting clients. If I have clients that I have to consult with, Lord, like what are the things that they need in their business, not necessarily what they want, because we want a lot of things, but I want the Most High to give me the things to target in their business so that we can hit it right the first time, so that we can succeed. And so sometimes there's a clash because the client wants something else, but they need this. So I always pray, Lord, direction, because I don't want that friction. But I also pray for Him to send me the clients that are looking for truth, that are looking to say, hey, it's not working in my business, so we need to do something different. So they're ready when I give them what He's given me. So I'm in here and I'm praying and just talking to you guys now because I'm letting you guys in on what I do on a daily basis. I feel like that is important because if I'm putting content out there, I want you to know that it's real content. It's nothing scripted. It's no facade of what I do, because social media has just given us this facade. And, you can get on here and get behind and put makeup on and put filters on. I don't want to do that. Most of you that know me, and some of you don't, know that I don't like the filters. I don't like the pluff and fluff of things. I want it real, because what happens is when you meet people, you get the real them and you do not know how to react because you're used to an image. You're used to something on social media, and now you're disappointed and you're upset, and it's not the same because that's not the vision that you've seen of them online. And I don't want that. I want you to have the real me, and that's it, and know who I am in here. I have a magazine, and the reason why I started the magazine was because back in the 80s and 90s, everything was so cover girled, and so everything had to look a certain way and beautiful. But how many of you know that you're beautiful in your own way, and you don't need a magazine to determine the measurements of beauty? We've allowed industry personnel and social status and all that stuff to determine what we're worth. We've let friends or family members to determine what we worth. And I am that person that I go against the grain and I buck against that system, because I believe that everybody is beautiful. It doesn't matter to me. I remember praying in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. I remember asking the Most High, I was like, I don't want to see people the way other people say they are, and even the way I assume that they are, and the world said that they should be. I want to see them according to your will. And He's honored that, because when I look at a person, I don't look at them. I look at what He's doing in them and through them and for them. And I look like, how am I supposed to help them, or how are they supposed to help me? How are we supposed to come together for the greater good of mankind, and not for the greater good of let's just help ourselves? Um, so you won't see me all the time on here looking all beautiful. Now I put makeup on and dress up and stuff like that, and I love it, because I used to think as myself as a fashion icon. But when I realized that I like those things, but those things don't make me, I was like, I can be comfortable with being seen. And so that's where I'm at in my life, and that's where I've always been in my life. I've always wanted people to love themselves, and you'll see me bring that, and you'll see me comfortable being comfortable in my own skin. And a lot of times people couldn't understand that. But don't get so caught up in what things look like on social media, and even when you meet a person and what they look like, how they act, whatever. Don't get so caught up in all of that that you'll miss the gift that was intended for you to receive from them. So today, I want you to understand that the word declares that Esau he loved. I mean, Jacob he loved, Esau he hated, because Esau traded the life that Papa intended for him for a life that was beneath him. He was royalty. Esau didn't know who he was. You have to know who you was. To rock who you are, you really have to know who you are. You have to know that you can bring it at your best. You can bring it at your worst, because there's times in business that you don't feel like getting up. There's times in business when you're trying to figure it all out and you just don't feel like doing a presentation. You don't feel like talking to your employees. You don't feel like going to try to get a contract, but you get up and you bring it because you know who you are, and you know that it's more important to get it done than to sit around and mope. So I'm asking you today, I'm challenging you today as you go out in this world, go out as yourself. We talk about on social media your authentic self. Well, what does that really look like for you? Your authentic self is still not mimicking what social media say you should look like. It's who you are to your core. It's who he's called you to be. It's who, when he sent you to the earth, he said, I'm sending Katrina here for this purpose and this purpose, and I need her to affect the world in this way. So you have to know who you are. And just because you know who you are doesn't mean that trials or tribulations won't happen and life won't happen. It will. But you'll know how to navigate through them. As you go to new levels, there'll always be a challenge for you to skip over. And the challenge is usually because you're battling with staying on this plane versus going on this plane. Now, I want to say that I love you guys and thank you, because we're going to do some amazing things right here on this channel, on this network. And I want you guys to be on board. But if that's not for you, that's fine. If you want to watch this for entertainment, like I said, that's fine. If you want to watch this just to critique, that's fine too. But take away something that's going to transform your life so that you can say you didn't waste your time watching this video. Talk to you guys later. Let me get back to building and creating.